we have so much to know about him, and this is just a brief. And apart from that, he is also somebody who I think will inspire us in terms of business and also in terms of mentorship, in terms of coaching. And let me finish up so that he can at least introduce himself. So I will give our guest today a minute to introduce who he is, at least even give us your name, so that we can progress with the show.
Thank you. I thought you did such a good job. So anyway, thank you. So thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. And especially I'm hearing you saying this is a kickoff show.
Yes.
Wow. So
You
we're going
are
to
kicking
kick
us
it off.
off.
Yes. Great. So my name is James Karundu, Trailblazer Mentor, founder, Passion Biz Academy. I am passionate about helping people discover what they have within and then bring it out, make a difference with it.
Okay.
I call that process harnessing your brilliance. And
Which
I'm
is
super
amazing.
excited to be here.
Oh, and we are super excited to have you.
Yes.
So, as I said, you are also an author.
Yes.
So, I have seen, at least, we have a book here, which is Go For It.
Great, yes.
He is the author, James Karundu, as you can see. And this is such a wonderful book, and I love the color green. Yeah, and I also have another, which is Stepping Stones for Top Achievers, which is also another book. And as I mentioned, he has several of them. So these are just two out of the whole package. And we might not be able to cover everything. But let's talk a bit about these two books.
Yes.
Yes. So
Okay.
how did they come about?
I'm always asked that question, even, how did you write it and so on. How did it come about? They came about out of a desire to share my journey, especially the Go For It. You see, I was once employed. I was a lecturer, and I loved what I was doing. But there came a time when I felt a call to do something more. And I hesitated, kind of doubting myself. Can I do it? Should I do it? I even carried my resignation letter for 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, held
Why?
back by fear. Should I, jumping into it. And especially when you know there's something you want to do.
Exactly.
But you don't have all the plans laid out. So it was a question of taking a leap of faith. That is why it's called Go
For It.
That if there's something you want, you must go for it. And the path is not always clear. And you don't need the path to be clear. But you just need the first few steps to be clear.
Okay.
So I remember when I was getting out of employment, I'd go around in the institution where I was a lecturer. You have to go around getting clearance in the various departments.
Oh, okay.
And then people are like, wow, unaenda wapi? And then you're like, ninaenda huko nje tu. Or unaenda kusoma, something like that. And so I kind of knew what I wanted because I had already started doing it.
Okay.
But that point of jumping, I call it trouble at the border.
Okay.
When there is this thing you really want to do. And then you always come to that point of needing to do it. And then you freeze and go back.
Tough moments.
Yes, tough moments. So this is a book that encourages people. Also that the thing that you love, that is the one you're supposed to do. Because quite often, sometimes, I love doing this thing, but I don't know whether I can do it. Is there a market for it? I was trying to answer this question. Can you do what you love and get paid for it? Can you do what you love and get paid for it and get fulfillment out of it?
I think you can.
Yes, and the answer is yes. That's what I've shared there.
Oh, and that is amazing. Because even with our viewers, you find that probably you are at that brink of you want to start something and you're not sure. So as he has said, and as the book says, go for it. Yes. So apart from you being an author of these two books, you are also a common instructor, which involves a lot of math. And I think because you have done math, then you're very good at problem solving, you're very good at getting answers, figuring things out. So how do you help the students that you teach, and tell us also about what is common? Exactly, yes.
Thank you. And I think the question is, what is this common thing?
Yes,
because people hear about it, and people call it all sorts of names, Kumoni, common, but it's called Kumon. So it's called the Kumon Math and English Program. So it's not just a math program, it's called the Kumon math and English program, or the Kumon study method.
Okay.
So Kumon is actually from Japan.
Okay.
So Kumon is actually the name of the founder.
Ah,
So Kumon really is a name like Toyota, Suzuki, or whatever. It's a Japanese name. It's a name of the founder of Kumon.
Okay.
So two things about Kumon. Number one, Kumon is a supplementary education program.
Okay.
A little bit like tuition, but on another level. Because it's not exactly about the normal tuition. You're having fractions, issues with fractions. Kuja nikuonyeshe, come I teach you. It's a little bit more than that.
Okay.
It's slightly more, think of it as a study program that gets one to get to practice in an organized manner. And we always say, if you're having issues at, let's say, the fractions, for example, there's a lower level issue.
Okay.
So maybe there's some addition or multiplication which you never really got. So in Kumon, then we always start way below your schoolwork. And then you improve your skills until one day you're working ahead of class.
Okay, which is amazing because at a particular age, especially from the conversation that we had between 3 to 13, 14, 15 is a very hard time for somebody who's coming from being a child to being a teenager, so going through a lot of stuff. So yes, if you need an instructor, a very good instructor in English and math, this is a person for you. This is a person to contact.
Allow me to just add one more thing.
Please do.
Because this is also about business.
Yes.
It's also about, knowing what is out there.
Yes.
And opportunities that one can, to borrow the phrase again, go for it.
Go for it.
It's actually a franchise. It's a franchise. So what is a franchise? A franchise is something where somebody has started a program or somebody has something which they have created, and then you don't have to create it from scratch. So it's called a franchise. So I am licensed by the Kumon organization that is in Japan. It's all the way from Japan.
Okay.
Our head office is in South Africa.
Okay.
So for somebody watching here and wondering, maybe I have a passion for this, where can I start? One can start researching. Are there franchises? So it's a good thing because you're not starting from scratch.
Yeah.
It's also a good thing because it's already a system that is tried and tested,
yes.
Globally, worldwide. Now, the downside is that it's usually a fairly expensive thing to start.
Okay.
But it's something that one needs to look into. And the whole idea here is franchises and licensing. Because it's a business model. One alternative thing I could have done was to start a school.
Yes.
Because I was already in the world of academia. But I did not want to start a school. I wanted to do something that is smart.
Okay.
In quotes, I wanted a smart business. Because it was a side hustle at first. I was still employed when I was still running it. Even today I still run it. I've run my Kumon centers. I ran 2 of them for 20 years. Okay.
Wow.
So I wanted a smart business model.
Okay.
And that's why I said, let me get a franchise so I don't have to start from scratch. Let me get something that is not going to take all my time. Because it's something that one is able to do part-time. So it allows me now to do other things. So I hope that has given kind of just a bit of a wide thought process and somebody who is thinking of what can I start, a franchise or becoming a licensed operator or something like that is something that one can think about.
Okay, which is very interesting because even with the kind of environment you want to build with a training show is not just tell them of businesses, tell them of how or which businesses will be good for them. Even with the youth also starting their own businesses. Yes, this is a place to start.
Oh, great.
So apart from authoring and being a Kumon instructor, which it comes from many years of being a lecturer in math, what about now your mentoring skills and your coaching? How did you hone this? And when did you realize that this is it? Yeah, this is it.
This is so interesting. Okay, so just again to be clear, I run, so my Kumon business is separate, and I also have another company that runs now the mentorship. That company is called Passion Biz Academy. Turn your passion into a business. So, and that is, you asked, how did I start? How did I even get into all this? Part of it was my own struggles. that when I had a problem in terms of, even when I was younger, I looked for maybe a counselor to help me. Yeah, I'm one of those people who look for counselors. So I kind of knew that if you want to break through a problem or a challenge, you need to get hand-holding or you need to get support. So I remember even when I was in uni, I would still go to a counseling office because of whatever challenges or whatever I was going through. So I kind of knew that. So even later on, I started getting into coaching programs. I started paying to signing up for coaching programs, signing up for programs, and that is where this whole thing of, I think I would like to do the same for others. So, but also the thing about helping people, that's what I've been doing that since I was, I think, like, is it 7 years? I've been this person who is the one who is called to help the other one. I still remember when I was back home, being called to help a neighboring child with mathematics. So I've always had that natural knack or touch for helping people. And don't forget, I'm saying also I had to also get help or look for help. So somehow, out of that natural knack and also that intuitive knowledge that you cannot go through from one point to the other without some sort of hand-holding or guidance, that's what got me into being a coach and being a mentor. And also it came naturally. People always come to me when they're stuck. So slowly and surely, you start realizing, hiya, kumbe hapa kuna kampango. Rather, there are some steps. There is something here. And then, the thing of kujiamini. Yeah. You start now putting yourself out there, and then one day you have the courage to ask to get paid. Oh, yeah. That takes time. Yeah, because you do a lot of these things for free. You do free counseling, free coaching, and so because you're doing it naturally, it's just coming. People come to you, they thank you. You don't even know what you did. You helped me so much. And then you're like, what did I do? Yeah, what did I do? So a lot of those things started happening. That is when I started realizing this is a calling. This is not just by accident. That's true. And I started embracing that. I started realizing when I speak to people, they kind of listen. Which is a good thing. And then you see people taking notes furiously. And in fact, even because you asked me, how did I get into all this? I've told you a little bit about, I've always been this person who is called to help or to teach or to show, even when I was young. And even as I was growing up, even later on in life, you find people come to me when they're stuck. And I would listen to them, guide them, give them advice. They would go. And then, but also regarding the speaking, you say he's the best motivational speaker. Yes, I like that one. I'm like, thank you. Again, when I was teaching maths, all these things are related to math. You see, math is this subject that people see as very difficult. And me, I always know it is a mindset thing. There's a mindset thing. So, and obviously one has to have a good teacher, understanding how to teach it properly so that students understand. That's true. Yes. But for me, I was starting from mindset. So before my lesson, I always used to engage the students. Chit-chat, pep talk. That's actually how my motivational thing was honed. You asked me how it was honed. By giving the students a pep talk. And then we'd start writing affirmations on the board. Wow. Math is so doable. S and then like 5 O's. Math is so doable. And then I would give them some motivational thing, and then let's do this. Of course, I'm blessed to be able to teach properly, students get. And then I was not your traditional teacher. I liked going around to see what people are doing. I'm the person who gives questions, and then I'm coming around. How are you doing? Just change that one. True. Remember, algebra, it's always a negative sign. Can you check your negative signs? Something like that. I loved engaging. My students really loved my classes. I'm sure they did. And they also loved that pep talk. So, it must have been the highlight of their day. I guess so. So I would look for new things to say. That's actually where the motivational thing started. I was like, I can motivate. Interesting. So it was an element of self-awareness. And I want to encourage people who are watching this. that if you find yourself doing something naturally, if you're always being drawn towards something, hapo iko kitu.
There's definitely something.
There is something there, and don't lose it. And the only way is to embrace it and to look for opportunities to do more and more. And even before Kumon, I used to do tuitions.
Okay.
Yes, I've tutored, so many students. Something else I want you to get is something called a parallel journey.
Okay.
I also got tutored.
Definitely.
See,
You
I
have
remember
also
what I
mentioned
said,
it, yes.
That I got help and I sought help. But also people used to come to me.
Okay.
I also got tutored. My dad got me a tutor. Yeah, I was, I was pretty good, but not maybe the very best, but I got a tuition teacher who helped me to improve, and I did very well in math. Are you starting to see the parallel journeys?
Yes.
Even when I was a university student, I used to do tuitions. Yeah, one of my buddies, we were together in high school, referred me to someone. Said, I don't know, my aunt has a son who is in standard 8 or standard 7, whatever, they need help. So when I was a student in uni, I used to take a bus and, all the way to Karen, because I was in KU, so take a bus all the way to town, and then all the way to Karen, and then, because they used to live somewhere there in Karen, just near the shopping center. Then I'd go and tutor this boy, and then when I'm tutoring this boy, remember I said everything is related to math?
Yes.
This was a boy who was overweight.
Okay.
And he also had some accidents, so he was kind of limping. And also it was a family that, it was a family where both parents were not staying together.
Okay.
So you can imagine then, I'm here trying to tutor this boy on math, but also I started realizing there are other things that are happening.
Which are affecting,
self-esteem. So I started finding ways of encouraging the boy for him to improve, and so on and so on. Can you see now where all these things are related?
So much history.
Yes. Well, but it's a point of people to start realizing who are watching that these things they are doing, again,
yeah, there must be something.
there is something, and they need to embrace the opportunities that come. You may not always get paid or very well paid. Embrace them as the place for you to hone your skills.
Okay.
That's what happened to me. Yeah.
And you have talked about honing your skills, and it's a new year. Even if it's almost the end of the month, I guess people are looking at, kuna mtu ameandika, they've written down their new goals, whatever they want to do for the year. And probably there is somebody who has said, I want to start something for myself in the business world. What are some of the key pointers, the key, how would you say it, success points or things that they need to do so that they can also be able to tap into what they're passionate about?
Excellent. So somebody is watching this and they have been having something bubbling. They want to start. And what I'm getting is that how can they get started? What are the key pointers?
Yes.
Passion is always the starting point. That if you are passionate about something, and let me define that.
Okay.
Somebody could be, I don't know if I'm passionate about this. Is this the thing I should be doing? Let me give you some clues. I call them the 5 E's. And, I call it, I'm a mathematician, so formula. Formula inakuja. 5, and then capital E, and then plus TLC. 5 E's plus TLC. Okay, I'm a mathematician, I have to throw that in. So let me tell you what the 5 E's
formula.
are. Yes, let me tell you what the 5 E's are.
Yes.
Is it easy for you?
Okay.
Is it effortless?
Okay.
Is it something that you get engrossed in?
Okay, engrossed.
Yeah, you do it, you lose track of time. Is it something that energizes you? When you do it, you're energized. When you do it, you're energized. And the last E is there evidence of success? As in, are there people who have been thanking you? Is there some evidence in terms of results that you've gotten out of it? Those are the 5 E's. Easy, effortless, you get engrossed,
you
evidence,
energized?
and you're energized.
Yes.
So if somebody's looking at that thing is the one. But let me give you now the final pointer. TLC.
So what is TLC?
Well, it's something you're always talking about. The thing This thing you're always talking about, and this thing that you really love, that L is love.
Okay.
And C, which is most important, you care about it. Do not start something which you don't care about.
Okay. So this is definitely something that people should be able to tap into. And very simple formula, by the way.
That's the starting point. Find that. So when you're able to identify that, then that's the best starting point.
Okay.
Because passion does not lie.
Definitely does not.
If it's not keeping you awake, if you're not thinking, if you're not always bubbling with ideas about it, then that is not the one.
Okay. So I would like us to take a very, very short break. And please do remember, for all our viewers, that this show has been brought to you courtesy of Fortech Global Solutions. So thank you. And even as we come back, we'd like to talk about a bit of Passion Biz Academy and even the success stories and a bit about things that Mr. Karundu has experienced that you will definitely want to hear about. So stay tuned.
That segment must have been so long.
Yeah, because now we have had Hello and welcome back to the Train Show. We have had the first segment and it has been amazing. So even as we progress with the show, remember that this show has been brought to you courtesy of Fortech Global Solutions. So we were speaking to Mr. Karundu here, and he has mentioned about a formula.
Yes.
Your 5 E's plus your TLC. And I will just run you through it as I remember.
Yes.
So with the 5 E's, have to be energetic about it. It has to be something you are definitely, that is energized. Something that is effortless for you. Then it has to be something that you are...
Easy.
Yeah, something that is easy. Then let me just remind myself a bit. Something you are engrossed in. And definitely something that has been tried and tested. So you have evidence. Yes. Then for the TLC, something you keep talking about, something you love, something you care about. And I hope this formula will help you. So thank you, Mr. Karundu, for that. And I'd like to ask, now that you have mentioned that you are also somebody who mentors people in the business world, how did Passion Biz Academy come about? And even much of what you do and how people can tap into that.
Excellent. So Passion Biz came about out of the need to offer the services in one vehicle. Because previously I was doing everything in one particular vehicle. When I say vehicle, I mean company. So I needed this dream to have its own vehicle. The dream of helping people turn their passion into businesses. So how do we do it? We do this through courses and programs. And this is the good news. I would say about 80% of what we offer is free.
Okay.
We do free talks at my place at Kasuku Center in Kileleshwa.
Okay.
On Thursdays. Sorry, just a feathery thing, but we continue.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, on Thursdays and Fridays. So most people can, check on social media when we have advertised when we're doing it. But we do free talks and free webinars. And especially in the time of COVID, free webinars. I think I've done like 100 free webinars. webinars. Why do we do free webinars? It's two things. Number one, it is a call to impact the world. That is still part of my calling, to make a difference. So we do free webinars because we want to educate people. We want people to start getting closer, When you tell somebody you've met, after a coffee date, they marry you, there's a high chance they're not going to marry you immediately.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you, I don't even know you yet.
It's just a date.
It's just a date. So free webinars and free talks allow closer interaction for you to start building something called the know, the like, and the trust. So, and also the free webinars and the free talks allow us to get people's contacts so that we can continue to educate them through email marketing.
Okay.
So we offer free talks and free webinars. And then thereafter, we have courses and classes.
Okay.
We have entry-level courses and classes. For example, one called Passion to Income. It's a 6-week class where we walk with you. And you can do it virtually or you can do it physically. Right now, it's a hybrid scenario. So the virtual class is, of course, via Zoom. It's called Passion to Income. It's a 6-week program where we help you to understand your passion, to start asking yourself, who can I help with this thing that I'm passionate about?
Okay.
We start looking to see the problem that is matched with your passion. We start looking to see who is this the right person, just right. You don't necessarily want, everybody, you don't want the highest level person, but you want somebody who's perfectly matched with who you are. So we take you through that 6 weeks so that you understand how to turn your passion into an income. We also have another higher level course program. It's actually our signature program, flagship program that we've run for 10 years. One program, 10 years. It's called Harness Your Brilliance.
Wow.
Harness Your Brilliance is a 90-day class.
Okay.
And it typically helps somebody to understand now in depth how to actualize and how to implement. So I love running classes versus running one-on-one coaching programs. Why? Because first of all, I don't have the time and the energy to work with one person. So I love running cohorts.
Okay.
Cohort of 5 to 10 people.
Okay.
Now, this cohort, is you able to work with others, even within the 6-week period, see yourself implementing. So what we do is practical. It's not about notes. It's about getting it done. And the one thing that makes what we do very different is accountability. Because every single week, you're accountable.
Okay.
You're given a small piece of homework for that topic that you've learned, which you must go on the ground and do it. And then when you come the next session, after the highs, how are you doing?
Raise your assignment.
Where the assignment accountability. In fact, the game changer is always accountability.
Okay.
Most people have everything. What they're missing is the accountability. But also somebody to give you that push.
That's true.
Yes.
So that you remember what you had committed towards.
Yes. No, even the push is more towards embracing that thing you want to do. Remember you said fear.
Yes.
So this is the hand holding. It's like the stepping stones I make references to in my book. That one requires stepping stones, and it's like you're crossing a river. You need those steps so that you jump from this step to the next. Now, I always think of myself as somebody who is holding your hand as you take those steps. That is the kind of mentorship we do. It is practical. That within those 6 weeks, within those 90 days, you must produce something.
Okay.
In fact, we always say this. I don't know. I'm sure our viewers know Mission Impossible. You know how it always starts. Your mission. Should you choose to accept it?
Yes.
I don't know. Fans of Tom Cruise. Me, I'm a fan of Tom Cruise. So every class has a mission. So the 6-week class has a mission. So your mission in these 6 weeks is to do the following. The 90-day class, your mission in these 90 days is to do this, and we must get it done.
Okay. So you have talked about these programs.
Yes.
And definitely accountability.
Yes.
So what are some of the success stories?
Well, success stories are very many, and I'm going to give you a few. I'm going to think of a young person and also a slightly older person.
Okay.
One of my success stories is my friend is called Wahame Ngare. Wahame Ngare runs Personal Finance Academy, pfa.co.ke. It's a personal finance training organization.
Okay.
And he used to be this person who was a trainer, very good at what he's doing, already accomplished.
Okay.
And what he was looking for is a way to create a program to help him to do trainings that are not corporate, because he was a corporate trainer, even today he is. So he's one of my success stories because he learned and implemented what we do. So today, first of all, you can listen to him on Radio Omini on Tuesdays in the morning. He's usually on the morning show.
Okay.
Yes. But what I'm interested in is the Personal Finance Academy.
Yes.
So he runs cohorts, the same way I run cohorts.
Okay.
So I think now he's doing something like season number 35 or 36.
Which is awesome.
Yes, because I train people to work with smaller groups. Don't aim for mass. It is better to run small cohorts, but many of them, because you're able to give individualized attention. So it's called Wahomegari. And so he runs, anybody can check that out, pfa.co.ke.
Okay.
And to me, you talked of being the best. I think he's the best personal finance trainer in the marketplace, and especially with respect to people who really want practical advice.
Okay.
Get out of debt, how to do investments, and so on. So we managed to harness his brilliance and get that moving. Other people that I've worked with are coaches, and I really, really have a soft spot for coaches, people who want to make a difference. And so one of them, she's called Coach Mary Mwangi, and she runs a program for helping people heal. One of the reasons why we're not moving forward is because of issues in our own lives, and especially women, ladies, and so on. And healing some of the issues that people have gone through is what opens up the way for them to succeed. Okay. So she recently launched a program called From Broken to Bliss. And all these things I'm sharing with you were once ideas. So
but now they're in action.
Actualized. Yes. In fact, you've gotten me to remember the word. So what we help you to do is to actualize.
Oh.
That is what we help you to do. And that to me is what is missing in the marketplace. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but actualizing it, getting it done, from head to something tangible.
Yes.
Something else I'm so proud of is working with authors. It's another actualizing. I think I've helped about 30 authors so far.
Okay.
Who walked in with just a fuzzy idea in the head.
And
that we turned it into a book. So I also work with aspiring authors. And I have about 30 of them that I've worked with.
Okay.
Yes.
So is that new big idea?
Not a bit. It's been there. It's part of the harnessing. It's that I've forgotten to say that I also work with authors. I help people actualize their dreams of becoming published authors. Okay. And somebody who wants to be an author, and even somebody watching this, there's a high chance they've been thinking about it. They have scribbled. They have 29 notebooks. Now, how to create the structure. It's the same thing. Okay. We have 6 weeks. We have to, every week, you have to write something, become accountable, present it. Okay. That's how you get it done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And now, even with those success stories, I'm sure then they have received as much fulfillment as you have by being their coach and them receiving assistance. So how can people be able to reach you if they need the same type of coaching and mentorship? Yes, to also place them, uplift themselves.
Now, 2 things. One of them is that I offer free webinars.
Yes.
So the easiest thing is for one to book to come for some of my free webinars. The beauty of a webinar is because you can do it from anywhere. Okay. Number 2, one can come for my free talks on Thursdays at 11 o'clock or Friday. You just need to find out when I'm doing it. Okay. So how can one reach me?
Yes.
I love people who DM. Follow me on Instagram, IG, send me a DM, and they need to mention this program. How's that?
Definitely.
Are we done?
We are good.
And let me I have a gift for everybody who DMs me.
Wow.
A free ebook. I'll send them a link. The free ebook is called How to Make 2022 Your Best Year Ever. Ooh. Free ebook for everybody who DMs you. Yes. And not only will they get a link with a free ebook, I have an online shop with ebooks, by the way. That's also my other new venture. Okay. Yes. So they're going to get a free ebook. It's called How to Make This Your Best Year Ever. But number 2, they're going to be getting exclusive invites
to
to
one
my
of
free,
your
not
free
one, I have
webinars.
them all the time. So
to your
the
free
moment you
webinar.
become part of my community,
Yes.
just check and see. I think I love this. Like, for example, even tomorrow I'm doing one on how to succeed in the service industry.
Okay.
And it's for startups. Yeah. How do if you're in the service industry, what do you need to do to get high-paying clients? Those are things I teach. And it's a free. Did I say free?
Yes.
Exactly. That's my way of becoming irresistible. Because you want to teach people, but also you want people to start the journey.
Yes.
And also I believe in my way of not waiting to give back, but give forward.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. It has been such a wonderful talk with our mentor here and our coach. And it's very sad that we have to end this show. But I am glad that each and everyone who will decide to DM our guests will receive an ebook, a free ebook. Yes, a link to a free ebook, and also to the free webinar. And you can also attend his talk tomorrow. So please DM him, please, and get yourself some coaching and mentorship, and make sure that you are uplifted as much as you need to, and get into contact with him. So this has been the Train Show. It has been brought to you courtesy of What a Global Solution. I have been your host, Yvonne Suren, and behind the cameras definitely has been a team. So I want to thank Kevin Bahati, who has been our director. For today, I want to thank Modoni, who has also been our producer for the day. I want to thank Sam, who was our sound technician. I want to thank Steve, who has been our overall director and guide. And lastly, I also want to thank Kavalaji, who has been handling our social media today. So kindly tune in for more episodes, even as we continue with the year. And keep yourself uplifted. And lastly, go for it. Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon. And goodbye.